Hey folks, so I'm researching properties in Idaho, and the other day I was doing research at like 5 or 6 in the morning, and there's a lot of info we need to learn and get a good handle on. Anyway, right now I'm doing research on the electricity situation. If this is going to be, a piece of land with nothing on it, it's completely bare, then we're gonna have to figure out how to get utilities there, like electricity, water, have a septic put in, see about waste removal, or find out where the city dump is. Things like that, things of that nature. So right now I'm doing research on electricity, and I found an estimator of how much it's going to cost to get electricity to the house where we'd like for the house to be. It's $15,000. As to be expected, because this is completely bare property. Yay! Gotta live that grown up life. Anyway, oh boy. That is max 15 grand. Least is 8. Looks like 8. Yeah. I don't know if I should hope this works. Property. Electricity. Well, anyway. So I'm not only researching which power companies are in the area, but I'm combing through their websites, finding out if there are any rebates for homeowners or rural property owners. Finding out their rates, finding out their service areas. Turns out there's 3 providers for Idaho, but there's only 1 in the Boise area. I'm having deja vu. Rocky Mountain does the southeast eastern portion of Idaho. Idaho Power does the Boise corner, west side. Let's see. And then this other company, Avista, does the northern portion of Idaho. Yeah. Close that one. Nope. I just closed the whole window. Well, anyway. Oh. Yeah. So I'm writing down what it's going to cost to get electricity put in, what the average costs are for this such and such month, just to guesstimate, what utility bills are going to cost for the budget. Let's see. Do you have any other things that we should be aware of when it comes to electricity and putting it on a property? I would really appreciate that info. We do plan on getting a few solar panels. I know that an entire solar system, solar energy system, can cost a lot, but be very beneficial in the long run. So we can't really do a whole startup right off the bat, but maybe add along in the future. 220 days of sun is what Boise advertising, or what I've noticed at least, is advertised for Boise. So that's helpful for solar energy. But yeah, aside from that, I've also been researching the, what's it called? Businesses that install septic and service septic, because obviously there's definitely no sewer over there. No sewage surfaces. There we go. I gotta get back that window. Because I broke it. History, recent times. Yes. So anyway, really cool if you are in the Idaho area and looking to see or wanting to move there and you need to figure out if you can get energy to your piece of property. IdahoPower.com service estimator. It's pretty cool. You can go on the map and then click where you want your power being taken, and they'll give you an estimate for the overhead and underground services. Pretty cool. Also, I found out that low-income programs for energy assistance exist, which is actually pretty cool. Actually, very super cool. Very useful. Thank you, Idaho. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Next on the agenda is to find electricians in the area and see what their cost would be to install on a construction site. What's next, though? I don't believe there are any pipelines in that area, so that means we'd have to dig a well. There is a government service that will show you the wells that have been dug. I'm going to find that link and put it down below. I'll put the Idaho Power one too. And the reason why I mention this is because the big cost in well is, of course, getting it drilled. The deeper it is, the more expensive it's going to be. For one of the properties we were considering, I went to that website and found out that there were wells dug in the area that were 600 feet deep. That's very deep. It's pretty expensive. Oh, there it is. Heard that back pop? That was a good one. Anyway, I hope I can find it again. I kind of just stumbled on it. Anyway, the way I stumbled on that was because I was researching the soil and the aquifers in the area, because, you know, no waters and services are in that area. One, which means we'd have to dig a well. What kind of aquifer? Is there a water table? What kind of rock is holding that water? And I found out in that area it's volcanic sediment and basalt. It's kind of like that. That first property was like on the border of it. So it's pretty crazy. Gotta figure all that stuff out. And the way I got to that one is because I wanted to figure out what kind of soil are we dealing with. I know that a lot of Idaho is loam, and loam is excellent for farming. It's a really good mixture of the clay and the sand. It's high in nutrients, especially because it is volcanic sediment and a lot of magma activity. I'm not a geologist. Anyway, a lot of magma activity underground. There's a lot of, what is it called? River sediment. Oh gosh, what was it called? I don't remember. I'll figure it out. I have it in there somewhere. Anyway, that's also super high in nutrients. So I definitely would like to be on a piece of dirt that I can grow stuff in. It's very nice. Good ideas. Although when I look at like a big map of it, all, you know, pulled back, zoomed out, the area has nothing growing in it. Which, you know, I'm looking at the fine details, but I need to look at the whole picture. And that might just be because it's rural preservation. I was told that that's like the buffer zone between city life and country life. Layman's terms. Don't. I'm not a dictionary. I'm gonna find out in this video all the things I'm not. Let's see. So, yeah. Water services, electric services, septic services. Important things to find out beforehand, because you don't really want to just go guns blazing and buy a piece of dirt and find out you can't do shit on it. It's bad. That's very unwise. Very, very unwise. So, that's what I'm doing. I'm researching properties that are for sale in rural areas and that are within driving distance to school and work. There's no wood up here, so I knock on wood. Okay, that's it. We'll see how this research goes. I'll be calling the county records development, the power company. And this is all a year from now. Okay, I'm doing this super way duper ahead of time. And that's because I can't just sit and wait for the clock to keep ticking. I gotta do something about it. I gotta learn more about it. That's just me, though. Trying to figure out as much as I can possible before we get there. And you know what? At the best optimal situation, a job will be, or multiple, will be waiting for me up there, and we'll have the property purchased and a house built well before we get there. Oh, man. But in reality, the relocation area, though, it'll probably be, us moving there last minute and getting a place to rent and not actually being able to do anything until like 4 or 5 years down the line. So, we'll just see where the Lord takes us. If you have any good information, I'd really love that. I'll see what links I can put into the description. Thanks, guys. Bye.